says jump, and the university say how high. But I think that there needs to be, the coaches need to be involved. A lot of them need to be involved more in the universities and less in the football programs. And like you said, Penn State, Joe Paterno ran everything. The cover up of Sandusky or whatever it may have been. He wouldn't get any blame for it. Where there should have been blame placed somewhere beforehand. But I agree with you that I think some of the coaches do have too much power. At North Carolina, there's the whole academic thing, and the coaches know about this stuff. They know about it, and they overlook it. And there's not a lot of accountability in a lot of these schools for that stuff. Especially the coaches. The coaches aren't held accountable for a lot of stuff.
That's a great point, John. I have one last question here with you. There's also another issue with, should college athletes get paid? I say no. They're still amateurs and they haven't reached the professional ranks to get paid and to get compensated for. And I think if you, like people have said, just pay the football players and the basketball players, but hey, if I'm a volleyball player, I want to get paid too. I want my money too. So, John, do you think this issue with compensating athletes and compensating NCAA players is an issue we should forget and players shouldn't get paid whatsoever?
I think, so me being in college and having played baseball, I think that there's a way that they can do it. You need the money. There's no doubt about that. And knowing how hard it is to play, I played Division III, so it's not exactly the same thing as Division I athletes, but there needs to be some sort of financial compensation, not just school, because you look at all of the stuff that these kids do. They have books to buy. They have almost no chance to go out and do anything, or they can't even hold a part-time job because of the fact that they are committed to these sports year-round. I think that there's a way that they can do money for every sport, but at my school, they had to do things with the athletic department, or within the school, side jobs that gave them money. And I think that, you can find things that these student athletes can do, on the side, even in the off season, to offset, the money that you would possibly be giving them. And I think giving them jobs, giving them something to do to earn the money, I think is a way that they can go about it. But I agree though with what a lot of them say, that these athletes need some spending money because they don't have any, they don't have an opportunity to get any. And if you look where some of these kids come from, sure, the free ride is good and all, but what they really need is just some money just to go have fun and be normal college kids.
Spoken like a true future great sportscaster in the years. We hope that you find a great gig and follow this man on Twitter at Johnny On Air. This guy has great sports insight. He's gonna be up there soon. So thanks, John Lenskraner.
Yeah, no problem, Cameron. Anytime.
All right.
Look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.
All right, that was John Lenskraner from Milwaukee, trying to get a new gig now. Thank you.
Sorry about the background noise. My apologies, 100% my fault. Okay. My reaction to that, and I want to get to the last bit he said, that college players should be paid. I agree with him, but here's the issue. This is where greed comes into play. You see football, come on, I mean, it's obvious, college football, college basketball, they dominate the typical college scene, right? They input the most money. That's pretty obvious. Well, to those of you who watch sports, you can identify that. The thing that I think drives me pretty crazy is when these college players and they get paid. You know what? I think getting paid, thinking about it, I actually thought it wasn't a good idea, but thinking about it, I think it's okay. Not that great, but okay. The reason why I think it's okay, but it has to go this way. I think college athletes need a little bit of money. They do. I think they need to. It's hard expenses. They need to, pay for different things, and they need. It's hard to, be all right and be okay in college. You gotta pay. You gotta, make sure everything's okay. So I think it's important. But if you are the best, to me, what is the salary though? Does it change? I mean, does every sport, every college sport get money? Does every athlete get money? Every single one? That's my question. Does the NCAA have enough money to give up? That's the problem. How much? Because let's say you put only basketball and football, and only those athletes get paid. Hey, I'm the volleyball player. I'm struggling with money. I don't have enough money. I need money right now. I need it. What am I going to do? Exactly. They don't have enough money for you. It's not the volleyball player's fault for being the best at what he or she does. But just because it's not the most marketable sport and it's not bringing in a ton of money for the NCAA doesn't mean that they shouldn't get paid. Every athlete should get paid. But they should all be paid a fixed amount. All the same. All the same amount. Because you pay one a little bit more, greed comes in. I want more. No. That guy got more than me. I want more now. When greed comes into play, which has this system, bad things happen, like we've already seen. So, I prefer that the NCAA fixes this issue quickly. Otherwise, they will be highly disappointed in themselves. Highly disappointed in themselves. So, better get this done quickly. If they don't, they will be scrutinized. Okay, so they gotta fix this quick. They gotta find a way to pay athletes all the same amount. Not $1 more. Not 1 penny more. So, gotta eliminate money handshakes. Gotta eliminate paying they gotta pay athletes all the same amount. That's just truly what I believe. And we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about young recruits. David Sills Jr., 13-year-old quarterback already being recruited. We'll talk about that, and another basketball player being recruited at an early age by UCLA. We'll talk about how those things are ruining college sports. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, on the Cameron Sadeghi Show, again, after our second commercial break, I want to talk about this issue in regards to young recruits. Jordan McCabe, basketball phenom, that's what they say. You could go check him on YouTube, he's everywhere. One of his videos got 1 million views, I think. 2 million. He's just dribbling around, doing all these things. His dad put up two highlight tapes of him. I think January through, let's say May, and then there's another one that's May through, June through December. I'm not sure. But this guy is just pretty popular, okay? He's so popular, he went on our boy Skippy show. You know what I'm talking about. He went on Skip Bayless's show, our boy Skippy. He went on ESPN First Take. He went to ESPN for a day. He even shot an ad for them, an advertisement. So, and he was showing off his dribbling skills with our boy Skippy, who we talk about. Skippy. Skippy wasn't really too happy, though, because he doesn't like it when people show off, I guess. But Skippy being Skippy right there. So he went to ESPN. He's just got a lot of exposure, okay? He got a letter from UCLA. He said in his interview with ESPN First Take, asking for a verbal commitment. Are you kidding me? They've never seen the guy before, and they're asking for a verbal commitment. They probably have never seen him live, like right next to him. And based off of YouTube videos, look, I like the kid a lot. He's probably going to be really good. But he's only 12. And you're recruiting a 12-year-old 6 years from now. What happens if he doesn't like basketball? What are you going to do, UCLA? He doesn't like basketball in 6 years. What happens if he gets a torn ACL? God forbid. But, hey, sports, it's a tough world, isn't it? God forbid, injury. He can't play. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, UCLA? You got caught in a trap. I'm not going to let you go away, UCLA, with this one. You and your terrible recruiting style is going to be addressed right now. And I'm not letting this one go. You're that scared of your institution, you're that weak of an institution, that you have to go recruit a 12-year-old? That's pathetic on your part. You're that desperate to recruit a 12-year-old. That's the way this system works? That's the way it's going to be handled here? I think that's truly unacceptable. You are putting so much expectations on this kid. Hey, look at Ryan Leaf. First pick in the NFL draft. Kwame Brown. And poor guy. Tons of pressure. Got heavily scrutinized. When you're pressurized in the world of sports and you can't handle it, regardless of your talent, it's the saddest thing to see. Most devastating thing to see. And I don't want that poor Jordan kid and this David Sills Jr. that we're going to talk about going to college and play for their respective universities, and they have down years, and they quote-unquote disappoint the media. But you know what, USC, UCLA, you disappointed yourselves. You're setting high expectations on an adolescent who doesn't even know if he wants to go to college or what college he wants to go to, or whether he even wants to be in sports. You're predestining the life of an adolescent. Brutal. And they take themselves seriously, USC and UCLA. Highly popularized. That's somewhat extreme. So I don't know what to make of that. To me it just seems awful. So we'll take a break and we'll talk about David Sills Jr. in a moment. Then